Hi everyone, I'm here at Crystal Dynamics, home to the rebooted Tomb Raider franchise and the newly released Rise of the Tomb Raider, where last time I got to discover my inner Lara with the help of Megan Marie, Tomb Raider community manager and avid cosplayer. Today I get to sit down and chat with John Stafford, who is lead narrative designer in Rise of the Tomb Raider, and we'll be talking about his inspiration behind the new Lara, as well as what it takes to write such an iconic heroine.
My official title is lead narrative designer. Essentially means I'm the sort of writer on staff here in the studio. My job is essentially to create the narrative moments in game, to make sure the scenes that are happening are transitioning into the gameplay smoothly. I write all the diaries that you read, a lot of what Lara's saying as she's walking through the environment, descriptions of the relics, but I also help with the cinematics and the main story and make sure everything's kind of flowing.
The myth of the prophet is real. Dad was right.
Lara, your father was unwell.
No, he was close to a great discovery, tangible evidence of the immortal soul.
What was the inspiration behind her character for this game, Rise of the Tomb Raider?
I would say there were kind of two angles we came at. One was, we wanted to look at some characters who are in the popular zeitgeist, like Sarah Connor and Ellen Ripley, Aliens, Terminator, these kind of tortured characters who have a secret, who know something that everyone else doesn't know. They're very strong characters, but they're a little bit unbalanced. This kind of fit a model for us because, the other inspiration is Lara herself. In the first game, she went through something, she saw something, she's changed dramatically, and so we obviously are inspired by her and where we want to be true to where she's going and true to her trajectory. So we look at, what happened to her, how would she respond, how does she become someone new? I think Lara Croft she's essentially a superhero that I think people can see themselves in. And I think people really identify with that, and they see themselves in her, they see a version of themselves in her, and I think that has always been the case with Lara. So she's almost like a relatable superhero.
Right. How have Lara's experiences since the last game influenced how she tackles future enemies and challenges?
I think what happened in the first game is that she realized that there were a lot of bad people in the world. She realized that these guys are not going to stop, they're going to kill. So in a way, she's kind of forced into the same position. So she's kind of experienced and she's been around and she knows that these guys, they mean business. We look at our inspiration for enemies and we try to make them like
they're clearly out to kill her.
Right, and we have moments in the game that we call, this is like a Hollywood expression, we call kicking the puppy, where we show them essentially doing something that is very bad.
Right.
To, in a way, justify her actions. We have to show them in that light, because otherwise, we just embrace this hypocrisy, and she is just murdering, and it's just a gameplay loop. So we do think about it on a narrative side. We do think about it from the story side. We try to justify it. We try to build it into the story.
Jonah! We made it! I see the ruins! Oh God!
What is your favorite thing about this rebooted version of Lara Croft?
My favorite thing is seeing Lara take her destiny into her own hands and really not being a victim of the world and not being thrown into a world that I like seeing her make decisions and even though they might not necessarily go how she's expecting, she's very confidently taking her destiny in her own hands and doing what she needs to do. And I like seeing the character become, that type of person,
Empowered.
And she does that in the first game as well. I mean, she obviously, she learns how to survive, and she really does, she, in the moment, takes her destiny in her hands. But this is sort of the bigger picture for her about like what she wants to be, how she wants to be in the world, how she wants to engage with the world. And she's kind of on her own in a way because she believes in something that no one else believes in. But she knows she's right, and I think the player knows that she's right, so we're on her side. And it's just great to see her and help craft her be not someone who is not confident. you know,
Right.
like that she's really confident in
determined,
this. Yeah, she's
she's-
determined to have an arc for this character. We can't just have her be like amazing and awesome from the
All the time.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you have to
Little hurdles.
Things have to go bad before they get better
Right.
again. So
And pretty bad.
for Tomb Raider, pretty bad. Like survival is one of our themes, so we have to put her in a situation where she has to survive something.
It's life-threatening.
Yeah,
Scary.
but the difference this time is that she kind of puts herself in that situation, so it's an interesting dynamic in that
Right.
it's not,
Seeing
oh, how did this happen to me? It's well, I decided to do this for a very specific reason, but I guess I have to deal with the choices that I've made. So.
Yeah. Suffer the consequences, or
yeah.
just keep going at
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
But she will rise.